So the brother mentioned a good point. So he said, what should you do if you're a practicing Muslim but you're struggling in finding the sweetness of Iman in your Salah? So there's many answers to this. See, the lack of sweetness in your Salah is an illness. And an illness can have many causes, right? Like a person can contract one illness, but it can contract it by, it being from a person, from this, from that. There can be many reasons that cause this illness inside of a person. So I'll just mention a few without it obviously being an exhaustive list, and then anyone who's suffering from this should take it on themselves and then basically then try and diagnose themselves and implement it, inshallah. So one thing is a lack of knowledge. A person who worships Allah knowing who He is a person who he will feel that sweetness in his salah. Allah said, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. Allah said, we never created man and jinn for any reason except that they should worship Allah. Well, can you worship Allah without knowing how to worship Him? No. Can you worship Him the way He deserves to be worshipped without knowing who He is? No. So then if you are to actually do the purpose of your life, which is to worship Allah, you need to have two types of knowledge. You need to have knowledge of who He is, and that's the knowledge of Tawheed and Aqidah, where you learn who Allah is, His names, His attributes. What does it mean Al-Aziz? What does it mean Al-Azim? What does it mean Al-Kareem? What does it mean Al-Qawi? What does it mean Al-Jabbar? Al-Qahhar? Al-Rabb? What does it mean Ilah? What do these names mean? Al-Wadud? Al-Rahman? Al-Rahim? Al-Afu? What do these names mean? When you get to know Al-Khabir, Al-Latif, Al-Sami', Al-Basir, when you know what these words they mean, these names they mean, you know about Allah. The more you know about Him, the more your heart will start to shake, quake, appreciate, and value the one who's standing, who's watching over you above His throne. Knowledge of who He is, knowledge of Tawheed and knowledge of Aqidah. And the second thing that you need is knowledge of how to worship Him, and that's fiqh. How to do tahara, how to do salah, how to give zakat, how to fast, how to do hajj, how to get married, how to trade, how to eat, how to slaughter animals, what to wear, this is fiqh. How to worship Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. So without these two forms of knowledge, your worship will always be deficient and you're lacking that sweetness of Iman, number one. Number two, you might be seeking knowledge. Or you might know you'll be seeking it, but you're doing an extra thing on top. And that is that you're sinning. Sins prevent you from the sweetness of Iman from touching your heart. Sometimes the sins are so much that they even prevent you from praying anymore. The Salaf would say, a person asks himself, why is it that I struggle to stand up at night and pray? I set my alarm, I can't wake up, I keep sleeping, I don't get up, and if I do wake up, I just go back to sleep. Talking about night prayer, tahajjud, barakallahu fi. Talking about night prayer, the tahajjud prayer. Why is it that I'm struggling with it so much? And the scholars would say, if you want to be able to stand in obedience to Allah in the night, then during the day, stand in obedience to Allah as well. But you're a person who's sitting during the day, you're watching TV, you're watching Netflix, you're listening to movies. Movies are haram, don't get twisted. I don't know how people, they start practicing. They realize music's haram, but they don't realize movies are haram. If music is haram, then movies are definitely haram. Because they have music in them. Not only that, there's extra things. Everything that guy is saying on the track, he's talking about his girl, he's describing her, the zina that he does with her, the this, that and the other. The movie's showing it to you. And movies influence you bad, man. I mean, I'm yet to know a TV series or a drama or a movie, except that it's got a funny plot in there. It's always, a movie doesn't hit box office, it doesn't make sales unless someone kills someone, or someone rapes someone, or someone steals from someone, or someone cheats on someone, or someone lies to someone like this. There has to be deception, betrayal, to the point where evil became normal. People always blame music for violence and music for this, and it's true, music has a massive portion to play. What about movies, bro? People are out there watching this TV drama, and I'm not going to mention it, yeah? But it's this TV drama set back in the days, and I think most of you know what it is, what I'm talking about, right? Bro, alhamdulillah, I've never seen it, but I was told, like, the first scene, it started with basically a pornographic scene. Like, full naked people are shown. And it's not even just normal kind of zina. It's just not kind of normal kind of fornication. Like, people are doing it with their family members, their relatives. And then you got guys who are practicing, who are putting onto because I don't have Snapchat, but I see on the Instagram story, just about, oh yeah, that first episode of season 2, season 3 of so-and-so show, it banged. A'udhu billah. A'udhu billah min shaitan rajim. No wonder you're struggling with your iman, you're finding it hard to have the sweetness of iman. And then, don't get it twisted, these vlogs that you watch are the same. You watch vlogs of people, and there's music in the background, and girls, and this, that, and it's all the same. It's all affecting your heart. Then you're going to uni, and your college, and you're not lowering your gaze, just looking around. It affects your heart. You go to the marketplace, and your heart gets harder and harder, because you just see the dunya, and that all gets to your heart, and it makes it harder for you to have that sweetness of iman. Does that make sense? So abandon the sins. And not just sins, abandon things that might lead to the sins. Because it's not haram to go to the marketplace. You can. But going to the marketplace, the chances of you sinning increases, right? So then, don't go to the marketplace unless you need to. Does that make sense? Guys, it's always chilling. No wonder trouble's going to come your way. Because you're always putting yourself in a vulnerable situation. A third thing that you can do, inshaAllah ta'ala, to find the sweetness of iman is don't stop. Keep at it. Keep striving. In fact, add sunnah prayer to it as well. But you might think, that doesn't make sense. If I'm not finding sweetness of iman in my fard, are you telling me to add sunnah? Yeah, I'm saying add sunnah. Yeah, add sunnah. Yeah. And if you still don't find it, add qiyamul layl, tahajjud as well. If you still don't find it, pray salat al-duha after fajr as well. And I promise you find the sweetness of iman. You might say, how? It makes no sense. And I'll tell you why. Because sometimes the heart is so filthy because of sins that we've done, that it takes a long time to purify the heart. You spent years and years and years sinning, corrupting the heart. Then now you're at a stage where you want to stop the sins and start praying. You think you're going to feel that sweetness straight away? No, bro. The heart, it gets rusty. So you need to polish it and clean it. The more you polish it and clean it, the more it starts to shine. When it shines, you feel that sweetness. But that doesn't come overnight. If you spend years and years and years and years sinning, then it's not going to be replaced overnight. It probably won't take you as long as you sinned to have to do that same amount of time in good deeds. Allah is merciful. You'll see it much faster. But keep at it. Keep striving. Because I promise you, it will come. And that's because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَيَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. That those who strive, they do jihad, this jihad with themselves, they strive in our paths, for Allah. Allah said, لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. We'll guide them to our paths. You want to be guided to the path of sweetness of iman? Keep striving. Some of the Salaf used to say, جَهَدْتُ فِي نَفْسِي. I did jihad with myself, with qiyamul layl, 20 sana, for 20 years. 20 years. I did jihad. I kept fighting myself. Every night I got up and I prayed tahajjud, qiyamul layl, night prayer. And he said, I never felt the sweetness of iman. Lakin he said, لَذَذْتُ. I felt its sweetness بعد 20 sana, after 20 years. 20 years, every day, non-stop. He kept doing it, he kept doing it. He wasn't feeling it. He was like, where is the sweetness? But after 20 years, it kicked in. Oh, when it kicks in though, my brothers, there's no drug. There's no drug that can bring you that kind of a high. Recently, I went to Umrah. With an Umrah with a mandem. Put your hands up if you know about Umrah with a mandem. MashaAllah. So, went to Umrah with a mandem. And I remember I was sitting with one of the brothers who went to Umrah with the mandim, and he said something very powerful, man. He came into my room unexpected, like it was me. I was chilling there with Big G, Mr. Guled. I was sitting there with my brother and Abu Bakr, and I think maybe I'm not sure. I think Taha might have been in the room. My Latina, where's Tina? Hiding somewhere. Here he is. I think he might have been in the room. The brother just came in the room and he took me to the side, and he was like, "Listen, bro, this trip is amazing, man." I'm feeling like, of course it is. It's Umrah. And then on top of that, we planned it. You know what I'm saying? So of course it's going to be amazing. Allah Bari. But he was like, no, he goes, this is different. He goes, you don't understand. He's like, I've taken all sorts of drugs. He's like, I've taken all sorts of drugs in my life. You know, and looked serious. I took drugs. Something like, okay, calm down. And he looked at me and he's like, well, I take all sorts of drugs. But he said, this high that I feel now, never before have I felt high like this. Man said, high of Iman. He's in different kind of clouds. So it kicks in, and when it does, it's worth it. The point is keep going, keep going, keep going. And even if it doesn't kick in, as long as you die striving that path, you're going to go Jannah anyway, inshaAllah. And over there, you just get to be happy anyway. Does that make sense? So I hope that answers your question.
As you guys can see, that was emotional. That was powerful. Now you guys also have an opportunity to send someone who really needs this trip in that same way. We've got another trip inshaAllah ta'ala, and we're raising money for others who desperately need to go. They're struggling with their iman, they're struggling with their faith, they really got a difficult life. But these trips, they change people's lives. That what you saw is just one example, my brothers and sisters. We've got tens upon tens upon tens of examples just like that. This trip that we do, it really works and it really helps change people's lives. So if you would like to contribute towards sending someone else, whether you could do £5, £10, £500, £1,000 towards this trip, just go to the link below inshaAllah ta'ala and give. Give as much as you possibly can. And for those of you who want to come on the next trip with us, brothers, listen. You can also now call the 5-star Umrah number that I'm going to put below, or you can message it on WhatsApp if you're international, inshaAllah ta'ala, because we're now actually accepting applications for the next trip that's going to be in November. We haven't even released it officially yet. This is not an official release, and we've already got 8 people already signed up, alhamdulillah. So donate the link below, inshaAllah ta'ala, and call the number below if you want to come. Assalamu alaikum.